Alright, Rise and Ribeyes followers, today putting in an RCI Bed Rack on my 2012 Tacoma. That's been my overland kind of daily driver project. Should be fairly straightforward. 3 bed supports, two side racks, and just, on-in hardware and all that here and there. But shouldn't take long. Should be a fairly straightforward process. And anyways, we're gonna go forward and open up the boxes and see what all we got. Alright, on this, comes straight from RCI out of Colorado, and it's fairly nicely packaged. You've got all the main bed supports and your 2 side panels all in this main box. That's all to that box, and then this box has got your 2 side panels that tie everything together, and then your main racks and all that. So I'm going to get to laying out everything and seeing how it comes together. All fairly nice stuff. They come straight from RCI, laser etched into their equipment. All of it seems like it's going to be a fairly straightforward process. I hadn't found the instructions yet. Sure, they're laying around here somewhere. I've just overlooked them, but it's going to be a little bit of an ordeal. One thing that I recommend on every project that I do, I don't recommend installing anything tight at all, because every last bit of this stuff has adjustment. So you want to make sure that you slide it in the hole, get it centered, and just washer, and nut, and then just leave it hand tight, because that way you still got more than room to adjust and all that. Because if you tighten it up right now, it's liable not to go across the bed span, and it probably wouldn't work out right for you. As you can see, it's just 8 bolts. There's 4 on the front, 4 on the back, and it comes with a built-in adjustment slide to where you can push it in and push it out. Straightforward, especially on these Tacomas. Right in here, you're going to see that you got a little bit of a gap, but they make an adapter kit for this, and we'll go over all that here in just a minute. Alright, so on this, on the Tacoma, it's keyed. So the square hole right here, the bolt fits in on the back side, and it goes through here, and that locks it in place. Then you also got a keyway right here, and you bolt all this together all in one piece. So kind of simplify stuff. You take this, pick it up just a hair, and you not lose it. But take your bolt right there. I highly recommend doing this with a friend. Obviously, I work odd hours compared to everybody else, so I don't always have the opportunity to have a good helping hand. But there you go on that. And these lock in right here behind this rail, and you bolt these right in here on this keyway, and that's what keeps everything locked in together. And we'll tighten all this up the further we get along. That way I still got adjustment in absolutely everything that I'm doing on this thing, because I can tell it's going to be a little bit to line this up. All right, now that we got to this point, I'm gonna take one of these side panels and I'm gonna measure, and basically I'm just gonna halfway measure the length in between and get it right that way. And then once I get a side panel on, I'll put the middle post in. That way everything on this rack lines up all at the same time. That's the game plan. If it works out or not, you know, it might not, never know. So had technical difficulties with the camera, but it's pretty much a straightforward process about whenever you get these two arms together. You push those together, you get everything tightened up, and then at the very end, after you get that side put together, like I was saying earlier, it aligns everything up to where you got all three support arms all in together. Then makes it easy to line up this side and bolt everything together. Is pretty straightforward. I mean, just use a fair amount of torque and all that. Whenever you put everything together, there's not really a spec, but tight is tight. And then at the very top, everything lines up through a center support bar, and it's 3 bolts on it. So it's pretty fairly straight, easy forward bed rack. My build, other than my rooftop tin hadn't made it in yet, I need to go ahead and get it, but my build is pretty well done. Couldn't really document most of the rest of it because my winch bumpers and all that were built with help that didn't really want to be filmed. So it's just kind of one of them deals. You gotta accept the good help while you got it. Anyways, y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna do a walk around of what the truck looks like now. I now have bumpers on it front and rear, a 12,000 pound mile marker winch, and Baja Designs fogs on the front and floodlights on the rear. That way, you know, we got plenty of lighting on this rig, and whenever I hit the trail, it's good to go. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.